been a very crappy day. I gotta get up super early and drive 2 hours away to go to a specialist and pray that the specialist has better news for me than every other doctor so far. So I figured I'd take a little walk and clear my head while my son went to sleep, because he doesn't sleep often. So I figured while he was sleeping, I would take a walk and try to clear my head a little bit, because it's just been a hard couple of months. And like, I'm grateful we have the room for tonight and all that. It's so cold out. You think you would get used to it, right? Like, you think you'd get used to the cold, because we've been out in the cold. We've been staying in the car for quite a few nights. Like, you would think that you would get used to it. But I'm sure that even the people that are sitting over there trying to get warm by the door of the one place will tell you that no matter how long you're homeless, you seem to you're always cold. Like, it is always cold. And I don't quite understand it. I thought my body would eventually adapt to it. I guess not. The weirdest part is, when we were in a house, when we had our home and stuff, I adored the cold weather. Like, I loved having the AC on in the wintertime and stuff. Like, that was my, like, but now, no more. Hi, Erin. How are you doing tonight? I was gonna come on earlier, but, I just couldn't mentally handle it. Like, all the hate that's been going on in this app, I just couldn't handle it earlier. I could be better, Erin. I gotta find a way to get him some food. I'm waiting because there's a bunch of people in the 7-Eleven. And I'm waiting because I want to talk to the guy that works there and see if maybe, thank you for liking live, maybe. Really, Grinder? Is it easier to survive in the cold? For what reason, do you think? Is it because the police don't really bother you as much? Because see, in here in PA, we're in a car, so we're not considered homeless, we're considered unhoused. But also here in PA, if you're in a parking lot and you're sleeping in the car, like at Walmart in like New Jersey and other places, I know you can sleep in your car and they don't bother you. They don't like call the cops or whatever. But here, security comes and they tell you to move along, and if you don't move along, they call the police, and then they try to trespass you from the property. It's been a lot. I gotta say, going into this, it was me, my daughter, my son, and my husband. If you would have told me in a couple months that, knowing my diagnosis, that my husband would walk out on us, I would have said there's no way he'd do that. But he did. The end of October, right around Halloween, he walked out. He said that he needed a break, and from the way it went, it sounded like he was coming back. I'm sorry, Grinder. I mean, the heat doesn't make it any easier, right? And I was told numerous times when we were homeless over the summer that I needed to stay out of the sun because of the skin cancer, and it's just not possible when you have nowhere to go. Like, I tried explaining to the doctors, like, I have to sit at the park all day, because what am I supposed to do with my kid? Because he's on online schooling, it's not like, you know, so we would sit at the park, and of course I'm in the sun because somebody has to entertain him. Yeah, me too, Erin. The last time I saw him, he like basically gave me a head nod, didn't say another word to me, and talked to my son like everything was normal. He was talking to him about, like, oh, did your mom make plans for Thanksgiving? Like, you know we're homeless. What plans did you think I make? That I was going to freaking cook a turkey on our engine? Like, are you kidding right now? My daughter went to go be a caretaker thinking that the pay is good. And I mean, the pay is good if you can get it. She's still waiting on that to come through. She's 8 weeks and no pay. And I told her to quit. I told her to be done with it. She won't, because Benzie, since June, she thinks that once the pay starts, I mean, yes, once it starts, it's going to be really good, but this has been 8 weeks with no pay. And yeah, she has a roof over her head, luckily, because of the position, but it's still a matter of no pay for 8 weeks. And the woman only has like the Meals on Wheels delivery for her and her caretaker, which is my daughter. No, Benzie, I was going to make one, but I've received so much hate on this app because I received disability because of my cancer. My thing is the security deposit that I need, and then because of paying for the hotel, that's where all my money goes. And usually we don't even get, with the car payment, the car insurance, and the hotel, and the storage unit, we don't get, usually we get like maybe a week if we're lucky out of my disability money. And that's if I don't buy any food or anything. So I was going to start a GoFundMe, but I just don't want to do it with all the hate that I've received out this app, because they call my phone hundreds of times a day, leaving nasty voicemails about how they're going to SA me and unalive me in front of my child. I get messages through TikTok saying the same kind of stuff. It's disgusting. And I was physically attacked in the parking lot, and the person that attacked me said the name of the girl. He was like, "That girl says hi." The girl's name from TikTok. So like, it's been a lot. So I didn't even bother making a GoFundMe because the hate that I receive. I even thought at one point, I was like, you know what, I'm probably going to leave TikTok and go to a different app. And I'm not going to let them win like that. So I'll stay on TikTok for now while I create my other social media. Also, I'm being watched by the homeless guy that was sitting on the stairs. So that's great, because I didn't bring anything with me. It's great. So I'll probably stay on live until he walks away. I mean, I don't know what he thinks he's going to do. I don't have any money or anything. But yeah, so I mean, we've been lucky enough to get help here and there when God sees fit. We do get help. We end up being able to eat and stuff. But like tonight, I tried everything and I haven't been able to get him food. And so I came on TikTok. I'll stay on for the 30 minutes that it requires of me. For the one thing. Hey, Carol. I'm on, Benzie, we've been doing this too long. I'm on like every waiting list for every place to help us. Like, I even asked his teacher for like help with clothes and stuff because he's ripped holes in all his clothes. And so I've asked his teacher for help with clothes. I've asked his teacher with help for like Christmas, because I have no clue how we're doing that. And my sons are very, and they don't respond, or they respond with, they'll see what they can do, and then nothing. I mean, I asked my CYS worker for a hoodie for my son. He's 15 in, not this November, but past November. We asked him for a hoodie for my son. He still has yet to bring that hoodie. And he thinks it's like some kind of going joke every time he sees us. I don't think it's so funny. Carolyn, I'm in PA. I'm on Samaritan Inn's waiting list, Family Promise, Crossroads, Street to Feeds, like, there's a whole bunch of them. I'm on every waiting list for every sliding scale apartment complex in the area. I can afford a rental payment because I'm looking at a 1-bedroom. The problem is getting them to approve me and then getting the funds to get into the place. Benzie, we went to Samaritan Inn because they were, hi Blue Skipper, we went to Samaritan Inn because we were supposed to have a bed. I had to have my doctor send over the paperwork for my medical diagnosis, and I don't know clearly what was written on that. From what I was told by the lady, it said my wounds opened sporadically. So she said for my safety, I couldn't be in a shelter. So, I mean, but if they would give us, you know, anything at this point. I went to Goodwill the other day, seeing if I could get him another pair of pants for a few dollars. They had nothing that fit him. And he, like, threw a fit and said he couldn't wear girl pants. Like, it's been so ridiculously hard. And I thought, like, when we first became homeless, I'm like, there's no way. They're going, like, there has to be a way, because we weren't getting back our security deposit. I'm suing the landlord. He went as far, it has, right? So it's not, I'm not crazy, right? I thought maybe it was just me because I'm so broke, but like, they are expensive. But then my landlord tried, I had light heat when I lived there. The heat never worked, but when I moved in, I had to pay $600 in oil. It was his rule, it was part of the lease, so I did it when we first moved in. And then, the heat never worked, so we never used the oil. Well, when the eviction happened, the oil was still in there. Well, the other day, the oil company called me because the landlord had called them and asked if he could use my $300 credit that I got from light heat. Like, and I'm like, is he crazy? He literally evicted me. I'm homeless with my child. I have nowhere to go. And he's calling and trying to use my credit that when I move into a new place, I very well probably will need, because most of the houses up here and apartments do oil. And if it can't be used in oil, then it can be moved to like an electric. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, I don't know how in his head any of that made sense, that I would allow him to do that. Or maybe he just thought the oil company would let him do that without telling me anything. I don't know. But like, how dare he? And like, this man has money. He goes, like, when I first moved in the house, he was on a trip to Europe. And he stayed on the trip to Europe for like 2 months. Then he went on a trip to China. And when he came back from China, it was when he started all the issue about me having, because I have not a support animal, but a service animal. It's a cat. And in the state of New Jersey, the service animal is fine as being a cat. But here in PA, even though they have paperwork, in PA, it has to be a dog or a miniature horse. My theory is, what damage is my little cat, my little 2-pound Siamese, doing to your house that a miniature horse wouldn't do when she's medically certified to be a service animal, not a support animal? But the judge ruled in his favor. She's in the hotel with us, Benzie. I would not get rid of my cat. She's like, I paid all her, I've had her since birth. So like, and for her medical paperwork and stuff was so much money when we first had her trained and stuff. So like, and I don't think my son would ever forgive me if anything ever happened to that cat. He literally has a backpack. It's a carrier for a cat, and it's a backpack that he carries around on him at all times. Hold on 1 second. My phone messes up because it's broken. I need a new phone. I know that. That is his lucky. It is his cat. He adores that cat. It is so cold out here. But I made an agreement with him that I wouldn't go live in the hotel room unless I use like the green screen, just for him, because he doesn't appreciate the hate that's come through. Like yesterday, or no, the day before, Saturday, I had to sit with an officer. Exactly there. I had to sit with an officer, and I had to play all the voicemails for him so that he could write down what these people have been saying on my voicemail. And let me tell you, when they're very graphically detailed about how they're going to essay me in front of my child, that is ridiculous. There's nothing that I've done to deserve somebody leaving that kind of hatred on my voicemail. And it's all because one girl is mad at me, and started a whole bunch of crap. Yeah, I'm very much being watched, and I'm gonna definitely have to, because I'm waiting to talk to the girl over there, because usually sometimes she'll, if she has free muffins and stuff that she's supposed to throw out, she'll let us take them, because, she knows we've been homeless for so long. But when there's people in there, I don't like asking, so I usually wait until, there's nobody, and then I'll go ask. And that's if they have anything left, but he's hungry, and he's a very kind kid, and he said, Mom, if God wanted me to have food, he would have provided it, so I'm going to go to sleep, and hopefully God will provide breakfast. He's a very, good religious kid. So I said to him, before he went to sleep, I said, well, I'm going to go on TikTok for a little while, so maybe you never know. And then he's like, all right, just not in the room, because he doesn't particularly care for the people. I mean, there's a few people that I've met on this app that are amazing, and I talk to off this app, and, but there's a lot of hate. Cat, he's 15. And oddly enough, can out-talk. This child, the other day, he was talking to the officer about constitutional laws and rights, and he was talking circles around this cop, and this cop was not happy about it, but I found it so funny, because they start talking to him like he's a child, which I understand, because, you know, he's a child, but then when he starts talking, you would think you're talking to a grown adult. Like, it's just how he is. Guys, I'm gonna go over because it's cleared out all but a couple of people. Plus, this guy's still like standing on the side of the building, and I don't know why. Because I'll hit him with my free muffins. Like, seriously, stuff like that scares me. Ever since that attack in the parking lot, that it scares the hell out of me because I don't know anymore. Like a few months ago, I would have told you there's no way that a stranger would just walk up and attack me. But I was talking to my son. He had rode off on his bike, luckily. And the guy asked me if I knew what time it was. My phone was dying, so I like turned sideways because I don't ever turn my back on anyone. And I went to reach for my phone to tell him the time, and he grabbed me by the back of the hair, slammed my head into the car, and he's like, "Luna says hi," and then slammed my head in the car again. And when I tell you that by all the miracles of miracles, God was watching out for me that night because the manager happened to be watching the cameras. And he never watches the cameras. But he came running and he subdued the guy and while he was running, he had called 911. So he subdued the guy until the cops got there. But like, that was a miracle because he himself says, I don't ever watch those cameras. Like, I don't want to know what's going on in the parking lot sometimes. Because people like do shady stuff in that parking lot. He said, but I just so happened to catch that there was a car, and I guess the plate was like super out of state. It was like super out of state, so I don't know what state, I forget what he said. And he just happened to be watching the cameras because he knew that we were in the car that night. So we got super lucky. But yeah, alright guys, I'm gonna pause this when I go in here just because I do not record workers, because if I was working there I wouldn't want to be recorded. So I'm going to pause it, and I will be back as soon as I'm out of this store. Hi guys, I'm back, sorry. I'm gonna stay live just because I don't know. Like, I'm gonna walk past and go the other way into the hotel parking lot because I'm not gonna go down that alley. He doesn't have any muffins or anything that he can get rid of. I was gonna see if I had enough change to get eggs because I think that I would be able to make him eggs if they don't even have eggs. So there was a I forget what store it was, where they used to sell like a 6-pack of eggs that were cheaper than most places. Do you know, for a can of wet cat food, $1.77. Is that not crazy expensive? Like, to me it is. To me that's like crazy expensive. Hold on one second, guys. I gotta go in here too, because I gotta get him to fix the key for the room. Hold on. I'm just gonna hold it down. Alright, sorry guys, I'm back. How's everyone else doing tonight? Like, hope everyone's staying warm, and like, I know the one staying warm but too warm because it's 80 degrees where he is. Yeah, I'm gonna go through this way because they're on, like, I'll show you guys the wall. There's a wall over there, and behind the wall is the drop-off. No, Kate, they don't. They have slot machines in the lobby. They have a vending machine over there, but it's so expensive. I don't have money for that. I only had $2 on me. I thought I was going to be able to get a can of cat food because I thought it was going to be like 96 cents. I even said, like, you know those, what are they called? Like, the one place they do, like, what are they called? Wake up wraps. They used to be $1, like the cheese and egg ones. It's like literally a piece of egg, piece of cheese, in a tortilla. They used to be $1. How are they $3 now? It's crazy. Because I said, I can go days without eating. I've gone days without eating. I've gone up to 8 days without eating. I'll be alright. It's him that I'm worried about. And that's another thing, like, hey Julie, that's another thing, like, the caseworker that keeps coming out and laughing in my face is no help, because I asked him today if I found a way to cook, hey Barbie, if I found a way to, like, cook a turkey in a hotel room, would they cover the cost of the hotel room for Thanksgiving night? And would they help me to get, like, a free turkey? He said no. He said they don't do that. And I said, well, I know that, like, Welfare New Jersey does it. Julie, I gotta come live for the 30 whatever minutes. Get the likes, the comments, and that for that, that live thing. But also I gotta figure out how I'm gonna feed him breakfast. I wish I got those cats. They took them away because a hotel is a luxury, not a necessity. I'm sorry, Blue Skipper. Best wishes to you too. Are you still in your truck? In your camper? I wish we had an RV or a camper. That would have made this so much easier. Julie, I was saying, you know those stupid breakfast wraps that are like, they're like literally, I think it's a Dunkin' Donut thing. They're like literally a piece of egg, a piece of cheese, and a tortilla. They are freaking $3. Tell me that is not ridiculous. I went over to 7-Eleven to see if they had like a small thing of eggs that I could get to try to make him eggs for breakfast. Because, you know, he ate late last night. I think they're called like wake-up wraps. But I'm talking like not the ones with bacon in them. It's just egg and cheese because he won't eat ones with bacon in them. I think the ones with bacon are the same amount anyway. But like, just egg and cheese, they're freaking $3. I was hoping they had like a 6 count of eggs that I could get for like the $2 that I had. Because I was thinking if I could get that, I could just tell either one, just make him eggs, or use the one tortilla that we still have left from like the other day when he got something and he made, I forget what he made with tortillas, but there's still like 2 little tortillas left, and I was gonna just make him one of those here. But friggin' they don't have eggs that aren't $6. That's crazy. It's just ridiculous. The cost of food is insane. Like, how is anyone supposed to survive in this economy? $6 for a 12-pack of eggs. $3 for a stupid wake-up wrap. And it's small. It's not like a huge wake-up wrap. It's freaking small. It's one of the little tortillas with, like, literally probably 1 egg and 1 slice of cheese. How is, like, and he said, Mom, he's like, I'm not really too hungry. We ate late last night. He's like, I'll be okay. I'll survive. And if God wants me to eat in the morning before the doctors, it'll happen. And I'm like, I understand, Bug, but, like, maybe if they have eggs that are, like, 2 something, you know, because I have $2. I think there's a quarter in my car. But, like, and then I was looking at the price of the wake-up wraps because I know that he likes those. Freaking 3 something. That's ridiculous. Talk about a ripoff. Yeah, Julie, the case manager came out. We were back in the room by then, so like he couldn't say anything. And so I was asking him about like, hey, for Thanksgiving, would you guys be able to cover the room? If not cover the room, could you help me get a turkey? Because I'd find a way to cook it if, like, I needed to. You know, like, I could cook it at my daughter's boyfriend's and bring it back. I would find a way, right? Because I have to make every holiday as special as I possibly can, because what if it's the last couple ones I have? You know, so, like, I'm trying not to cry about it, but, like, so I don't want him to remember, like, oh, we totally skipped Thanksgiving because we were too broke and couldn't afford food. Like, I don't want that for him. So, like, I was asking about, like, getting us a free turkey. Because I said to him, in New Jersey, if I go to the welfare office, if, like, even if you receive any help in New Jersey, they'll give you a turkey and, like, sides and stuff, like canned vegetables or whatever. But you have to, like, be in that county. And, he said, yeah, no, we don't do that here. And I'm like, well, do you know any program that still has turkeys left? Because he gave me a name of one. Hey, Tweety. And we called, and they said, no, you had to have picked them up by the 23rd. Like, and it was like a full-cooked turkey dinner. But you had to be registered before the 18th, I think she said, and you had to pick them up by the 23rd. Now, mind you, I asked him in October about this, because I'm like, hey, if we're still homeless, do you guys help with the turkeys and stuff? Like, no, apparently they don't. Like, it's fine, whatever, I'll figure out something. But it's just, they should help. Like, I'm not understanding what his purpose is at all. Right, Julie? That's what I'm saying. And I don't, tell me what your job is then. Because so far your job is not to help me get them closed. Your job is not, because so far your job is not to help me get them closed. Your job is not to help me keep us in the hotel until we can find a place. Your job is not to point me in the direction of a landlord that would work with me or work with one of the programs. Like, I'm not understanding what the hell is his purpose. Just to come out and laugh in my face that I'm going through this? Because that seems to be all he fucking does. Excuse the language. But that's all he does. And like, God forbid, my son doesn't log into school. He's out here telling us about how he needs to be logging into school. And he could like miss a day and he's out here. But like, we're asking him for help with food and stuff and nothing. You mean to tell me that he couldn't get us higher up on a waiting list for one of the food pantries? Not one today? Like, because I asked him about today. I'm like, I'm on the list for 3 different ones, but my time slot is not anytime soon. It's like the week after Thanksgiving. I wish, Kat. I have a time slot for the food pantry a week after Thanksgiving. Like the week after, the Monday after. I'm like, can you call them and ask them if they could move us up? Or like anything? Or point me in the direction of another pantry that like has slots available before then. And he's like, no, you have the list that I gave you, and if you've called them all, there's nothing more I can do. What the fuck? Like, I'm like, what the hell is his point, his purpose? I don't understand it. What does the state pay him to actually do? I'm not understanding it. Hi, Andrew. I mean, I could yell at myself when my son doesn't log into school. I could be like, he really needs to be logging into school. I could do that. They could pay me. Like, I'm so angry right now. I tried, Kat. I reported him to a supervisor. And within an hour, him and another worker came out to tell me that reporting him to the supervisor only opens another referral on me. Which I don't understand, because I'm literally complaining about him, not... Like, I called and I was like, he's not providing any help. This was back when we were first going to lose the house. He's not providing any help. We're going to lose our home. We're not going to have a stable housing. Like, and he was out there within an hour to tell me what a waste of time it was to even call. And that I had just opened another referral on myself. Which just gives them a reason to keep the case open longer. That's all a referral does. It is so frustrating. It is, right? Like, I'll take his job. If his whole job is just come out and yell at me for the days that he doesn't log on, I will yell at myself. And they can give me his damn paycheck. Because other than that, he's only ever laughed in my face and told me how much they don't help. And I record all my meetings with him because, like, the first time I asked him for help, he literally said, I can't even get an electric bill paid. What makes you think I can help you? So I record all my meetings with him because I never want him to say that I said something I didn't say. Even I have the recording. Thank you, Beat Sister. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I said it right. I wanted to make sure that I recorded. Did I miss your comment? Is that why you're welcome? I'm so confused. Is that supposed to say best sister ever? Yeah, he's laughed in my face like 6 times now. I literally stood right there at the bottom of these stairs crying my eyes out because we were putting our stuff in the car. We weren't going to be able to afford the hotel. I begged him to help me. I'm like, please, just pay for a night. I'll figure something else out. He laughed in my face. He was like, you're funny. You think this is my problem. And really, it's not. Your kid is worth more to us in placement than not in placement. Beat, did I miss one of your comments or something? Because you said you're welcome, so I thought maybe I missed something. I'm not trying to be rude if I missed something. I'm just ranting because I'm aggravated because he came out here today and he's like, well, Chris has been logging into school, so we're looking to close come January. But you can't help me with getting food for Thanksgiving. You can't help me with a place to stay for Thanksgiving. Cool. It's awesome. He's not wrong, though, because I've had a bunch of people on this app tell me that they've dealt with the same situation where, like, they are worth more to them in the system than out of the system. Especially kids that have mental health issues. That's what I'm saying, Julie. Like, and I don't want this to be what my son remembers. If, like, God forbid this is my last Thanksgiving with him, he's supposed to remember that even though every other Thanksgiving we had a big meal and Mom always cooked and, like, we always had a place to live, this Thanksgiving we're going to be in the car. Tracy, I'm in PA, and we're going to be in the car and we're not going to have food to cook. Like, that's what he's going to remember. It just sucks. Like, tomorrow I got to drive 2 hours away to the specialist. I had to put the remainder of our money, all but the $2, in gas. Cat, I don't have any family. And it just sucks because it's 2 hours away just to go see a specialist. Pray that they're going to say something different than every other doctor has already said. Like, it just seems like a waste of time at this point. But I don't know because, like, I keep saying, like, maybe I just shouldn't even go. But there's something inside of me that says I need to go. So I feel like I have to go. Like, there's something telling me to go. I wish I had family. Julie, I'm going to. It's just, it sucks because, like, he, like, went to bed and he, like, said his night prayers or whatever, and he's like, Mom, don't worry. Like, we'll find a way to eat tomorrow. It's fine. And it just makes me so sad because God, if not for me, but for him, life should be better. Like, I can take the hits, okay? I can take everything that's come our way. But he doesn't deserve any of it. And he never falters either. He never wavers in his faith. You definitely are, Julie. You've been there. I can honestly say that you've been there for me more than my family ever has. I would gladly accept you as my family. You're not old enough to be my mom, as we've said, but my cool aunt. My cool young aunt. I was kind of praying that, like, 12 o'clock would hit and my daughter would call me and say, hey, Mom, I finally got paid. Hi, Corey. I was kind of holding out for that, I think, a little bit. Like, definitely, like, a cool younger aunt. Because, like, I don't even know the age difference between my oldest daughter and her uncle, but he's a lot younger. He was born, I think she was 12 when he was born, and he's her uncle, so it's a big age difference there. But yeah, so I don't know. I used to love the holidays so much, and now, like, I don't like Christmas because my brother died 2 days before it. And then, like, Thanksgiving was, like, kind of okay, but just, I don't know. Actually, yesterday we went and he got his cheeseburger. He did his little dance. I videoed it. I gotta send that to you still. And then I got so sick. And when I called the doctor this morning, he said he's had a lot of people that have cancer when they're eating, like, McDonald's especially, he said. I don't know if this is true. He's had a lot of people getting very bad stomach issues after eating McDonald's. My daughter was with us, and then she took a job as a caregiver for my nasty, nasty, narcissistic aunt. And she's been there for 8 weeks with my aunt. She has yet to receive a paycheck. So that's why I was kind of holding out that, like, she would call me or text me at midnight and say that she actually finally got paid. She has not. But, like, I don't even know. Yeah, he said that hi Jenny, he said a lot of people that he's seen, she's 20, my oldest is 22 and she's in Virginia. My oldest left a long time ago, when I was first diagnosed, and my other daughter, I've in contact with her every single day, but it's hard because I feel bad because she'll say, like, Mom, I need this, and I don't have it to give her, and, like, all I keep telling her is just keep calling them and complaining that you're not getting paid. Threaten to leave. Threaten to call the labor board. Like, something's got to give. She can't keep going like this. This is craziness. This is impossible. She can't keep doing this. Yeah, Kat, I have stage 4 metastatic melanoma. Yeah, Jenny, I have 3 altogether. When I was first diagnosed, my oldest said that she couldn't stay around and watch me die. She was around for my brother passing, and he passed of cancer as well, so it was understood on why. So she took off, and very minimal contact with her. My other daughter, I talked to her every day. I mean, she took the job to try to help out our situation, and it's just a matter of they need to pay her. I've never heard of such a thing. And I swear if that guy that she calls about the pay tells her one more time that we're processing, I'm gonna go to his office and process his face right through the keyboard. Like, what do you this does not take this long to process a payment. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I told her today I would call him every hour on the hour. I don't care if he's busy. I'm sorry, Kat. I'm glad you're in remission. Yeah, they haven't found anything in my colon, so. But I did have the doctor tell me today to stay away from McDonald's. But I'm telling you right now, the pain that I felt this morning, it was bad. But the taste of the burger was worth it. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, don't recommend if you have cancer, don't do what I did. But I would so eat another burger and deal with the pain. Because it was just that good. And I don't know, maybe it's just a PA McDonald's, I don't know. Because my doctor's young, and, like, I don't know how many other patients, but he said he's had quite a few patients that have cancer that have had stomach issues after eating McDonald's. But I'm very clear that I would do it again because the burger was delicious. But I've also, that was the first time I've had McDonald's in 2 years, I want to say. No. I had fries from McDonald's not that long ago, but like a couple months ago. But I haven't had a burger from McDonald's probably in about 2 years. That's crazy. I stopped thinking about food. I'm glad that Kat's in remission at least. Hopefully it stays in remission. That's one thing. Cancer doesn't discriminate against money, age, youth, like everything. It touches everybody's life, one way or another. I figured I'd sit out here for a few minutes. I think I almost got my half hour. Because there's like, I don't know what it is. It's some kind of like task on TikTok now. Lake Ontario. Is it cold, Skippers? By the lake? Bama girl, are you from Alabama? Thank you, Diana, for liking the live. Oh, hold on. I gotta put on an effect, otherwise I don't. I gotta put on 1. Otherwise it doesn't give me, like, the credit for it. Put this one on sparkly. Yeah, Julie, he laid down. He said, Mom, if we get something to eat, wake me. If not, I'll see you in the morning. Me and Lucky are going to sleep. We're done for the day. It was so funny because he's sitting there talking. I'm like, and the cat's running around, and I'm like, there's no way that she's going to sleep with you, buddy. He literally laid down and he made her little call, because to call her you go like, brr, and she literally hopped up next to him, pulled his pillow, stuck her paws under the blanket, and laid down. So I don't know if, like, him and her had a talk before I came out of the bathroom, but it was so cute. I swear, she, like, understands him like nobody else can. Because she will sit right, like, when he's praying at the end of the bed, like, when we have the hotel room, and he sits there and he prays with his Bible at the end of the bed, she will sit right next to his Bible on the bed and just watch him. And the one day, I think he went to get up or something, and he hadn't said, like, amen or something. I forget what it was that he said he didn't say. But tell me how this cat bit his nose. And he was like, well, she was just helping me remember. And I'm like, I don't think cats are supposed to do that. She probably is, Julie. Listen, the way they act, I believe it. I've never seen a cat that will, like, literally follow a kid around like that. He could literally take her and put him, like, on his shoulders, like, around his neck, like a handkerchief, or like a scarf, and she will just stay there. She will just stay there and purr in his ear. Like, I've never seen a cat that acts like that with somebody. Like, she does some stuff with me, but I would never try to put her like that, because I'd be afraid she'd claw me. But she is, like, I swear, like, his little best friend. And God forbid if, like, he gets, like, what did he have the one day? And I was like, I don't think cats are supposed to... He had a bagel the one day and it had cream cheese on it. I was like, I don't know if cats are supposed to have cream cheese. She meowed so loud at me when I said that. I was like, no, you did not. I don't think you're allowed to have it. Because she was, like, sitting patiently waiting for him to finish his bagel so that she could have a little bit of his cream cheese. I'm like, you do realize you're not a dog, right? Like, you are a cat. I don't think she knows. I swear, when we get a house, my TikTok is just gonna be videos of them too, because the shenanigans that they do, like, I swear, they'll go viral, because they're like, you wouldn't, like, sometimes I'm just like, I don't even think she's a cat, I think she's human. Like, the day she was, like, pulling his shoelace across the room because he was trying to go outside go out of the room without his shoes on. And she put the shoelace in her mouth and was dragging the shoe to the door. "12 years on a boat? Oh, that is brutal. I wish I had a camper, Skipper. That would be... Maybe you should make a video. Look how much that Lieutenant Dan blew up. Right, Julie? She definitely is. Sometimes she's smart for her own good. Because she would literally, if she wants wet food and there's an empty can of wet food there, She'll roll it at you. She'll kick it at you because she knows that she's supposed to have wet food. Or like, back when we had a house and my husband was still around, my husband like put her outside the room and closed the door, and within like 2 seconds she shoved a dead mouse under the door. And I was like, see, she's warning you. She's telling you, you're just a bit, because at this point I wasn't even, he had just came to visit. We were dating. I wasn't married or anything. I was like, see, she's telling you this is her house and you don't close the door on her. And he's like, yeah, but where did she get it from? I'm like, listen, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. For all we know, she went outside just to get it, just for you, because you shut her out of the bedroom. Right? So that's what, when we get a place, my whole TikTok is going to be about that. Him and her, their little adventures. Because even when we were camping, I don't know, there's some videos, I think, there might be some on my TikTok, where he's walking around and she's following him. Where most cats would have took off. Because, like, we're free. Not her. No, ma'am. She followed him all around. And if she couldn't see him, she came running. And I'm like, you know, if a bear comes, but I think she would fight a bear for him. Yeah, I don't know. I should probably get to sleep, though, because I have to get up super early and drive super far. If anyone can help, it would be appreciated. It's going towards food. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. Hi, Papa. I don't know why it does that. Some of the names pop up, like, at the top, and some, like, get stuck at the bottom. Like, hi, Leo. Because Leo's, like, stuck at the bottom, but I think she's been in here a while. I don't know why it does that. My TikTok doesn't work right. At all. I'm waiting for the timer to hit. Oh, Blue Skipper, I get it. Oh, Leo, maybe that's why then. Blue Skipper, I'll follow you back. I followed you back. I'm waiting for the timer. I got a few more minutes before I can go, and then I will have completed its task. Well, welcome, Leo. Yeah, I think we have a lot of new people tonight. Of course. Thank you guys for being in here and listening to me rant about the suckiness that has been our lives lately. Sir, cancer has taken so much, and I just it's disgusting anymore, like, to think about all that we've lost because of it. I don't know. I told the guy, because I went down into the office, because we had the room tonight, so I went down to the office because the key wasn't working. And I told him to be careful, because those guys are still standing on the side of the building. And, like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody stand there and just hang out over there. I've never seen anyone hang out. Especially because I think that place over there has, like, cameras and stuff. And they don't usually let people on their property. But, yep. I'm so dreading this drive tomorrow. 2 hours further into PA just seems so far. And it's really not. Like, 2 hours is not, like, but I'm dreading it. I guess if it was, like, 2 hours outside, like, leaving PA, I think I wouldn't dread it as much. Just going further into PA, that makes me nervous. And also not wanting to do it with my son being hangry. Or the cat. Well, the cat's not going to be hangry. She has food, but, like, she takes up for him, so. Did you guys ever hear of a cat that gets car sick? Yeah, Julie, they're going to do, they're testing a stress test first to test my heart. A nerve conduction test for my legs, because there's something wrong with my legs. Another biopsy off my stomach, which sucks. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to let them do it. because maybe they will have different answers. And I think they're also doing an MRI too. And then the PET scan, of course, they do that every time. Just to see where else the cancer is. So, it's a lot. It's going to be a long appointment. Ugh. I don't like doctors anymore. I'm just so sick of them. Like, I feel like one doctor sends you to another doctor, sends you to another doctor, sends you to... And nobody has any answers. I don't know. But something's telling me to go, so I know I have to go. But, like, also just... It's a 2-hour drive with a hangry teenager. I'm hoping he won't be. I'm hoping he'll just be like... I know he went to sleep early, or like when he said he was going to bed to get some rest. I appreciate it, Julie. I really do. I'll be praying for your test too come Wednesday. Like, I know he was going to sleep because he said that he had an exhausting day. So, and he said that he was praying that the doctors would give us better answers. And I know I could see it in his face that he was very nervous when the doctor called today to remind me of the appointment. He's very nervous, so like, I'm hoping he won't be too moody about having to go there. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. You're welcome, Julie. Have you guys ever heard of a cat that gets car sick? Like, ever? Because, like, if I go to see my daughter and we bring the cat with us, which of course we have to, because, like, if we're in the car or just if we're not, and, you know, she's in the car with us no matter what we're doing. And she has her little thing that she sits in and stuff, so she's safety first. But she gets sick at the same point during the ride every single time. Like, she meows and it sounds like a human talking, and then she throws up a little bit. Not like a ton, but like... And I don't think I've ever heard of a cat getting car sick. You have, Julie? See, I thought it was odd. Is there any way to stop it from her getting car sick? He gets car sick too? Or she gets car sick too? Is there anything that stops it or helps them? Because I can't imagine that feels good. Like, and I've started, like, putting a different blanket under her so that when she does, I can change the blanket out, bag it for when I do laundry, but I can't imagine that feels very good for her. Oh, yeah, well. If I could talk him into leaving her, but he swears that somebody will steal her if we leave her, because I said, tonight, I said, you know, Sam has said that we don't have to check out, you know, so, like, she could stay home tomorrow. And he says, Mom, I can't. What if they steal her? And I get his point that she's, like, a Siamese cat, so she is worth money to some people, but, like, she would probably claw their eyes out. I want to go to Alabama so bad. I want to go to the Waffle House in Alabama. Maybe when I get money and we're in a place, I can go to the Waffle House in Alabama and then come see you. That could be my plan. There's one particular Waffle House in Mobile that I want to go to. We used to go there all the time when my son was little, because my ex was from there. So I would love to go back there and eat there. Oh, God. I tell myself I'm not hungry and then my brain just goes straight to food. Alright, guys, if anyone can help, it would be appreciated. I'm going to try to get some sleep. Hopefully I will get good news in the morning. I'll be on after my appointment, after we get back. Probably won't be till like 2-ish because of all the tests, and then the 2-hour drive back. But I feel like the longer the appointment takes, maybe the better the chances that they're going to have some good groundbreaking news to give me. I'm praying, Julie. I'll pray for you too the following day. Alright guys, have a good night. Like I said, if anyone can help, it would be appreciated. Just to get him something to eat. Yep, that's about it. Alright guys, I'll be on tomorrow. Everyone else, have a good night. Good night, Julie. Keep warm, Blue. I don't know if you're still in here. I hope he's still in here.